Welcome to Larry's Library. And I got a special this week. I'm talking about comic book databases once again. I hate to say it. I feel like one of those tech tubers, that you see where they say, I'm not buying another Apple iPhone ever again. And then they don't for 12 to 14 months. The next model comes out, they buy it again, and they say, I bought the Apple 15 or whatever it is, the iPhone 15. But this isn't clickbait. I mean, there's not a big enough niche for this to be a clickbait anyway. Come on. But it looks like I have gone back. Well, it's more than looks like. This happened. I've went back to CLZ Comic Collector Pro, CLZ on my phone, and Comic Collector Pro on my desktop. I have went back to that as my default, and in some ways only tracking software for my collection. Now, I've covered this in 2 other videos, and I will link them up there. Now, YouTube does have a glitch where those don't always appear, so if you don't see it up there, look down below. I'll have it in both places, regardless. But, yeah, I had covered this before, and if you've been following it or if you've seen those other 2 videos, you know that I have went back and forth over the years between Comic Base by Human Computing and Comic Collector by CLZ Software. I forget the other name. They may have another name for their company, but most people know them as CLZ, Collector Z. Anyway, I've been back and forth between those over the years for various reasons, and it looks like, even though, leaving Comic Base was one of my comic book regrets, and I'll link that video up too, so you can see me eat my words again. I must find my words tasty because I sure eat them a lot, don't I? But well, what can I say? If nothing else, I'm super honest here, painfully honest, like Painfully Honest Tech. JTL. That was for you. But at any rate, I have gone back to Collector Pro, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why. And I'm not retracting any of the qualities where I compared Comic Base to Collector Z in that last video. All of that is still totally true. But what I found over my practical usage over the last several weeks, as I have been very slowly adding issues from Comic Base, or rather from Collector, deleting them out of there and adding them in one for one to Comic Base, you get real familiar with the strengths and weaknesses of each program when you do something in that very manual way. Now, before I get into that, I must say that Comic Base does have a tool to extract all of that info from your collector, your CLZ file, and automate the process and put it all into Comic Base. But it is in beta, and I've used similar tools like this in other software before, and for me, it just wasn't for me. I didn't want to do all of it in one whack and then have to go and police all of the issues, one at a time to correct where the tool failed or where it misinterpreted the fields, because the fields don't line up perfectly. Even with AI, I'm not sure AI was involved in this tool, but it will be in the future for sure. There are still mistakes made, especially when you're dealing with custom fields that the user added. It worked the default fields, in the database as it came. So I opted to just do it one at a time, even if it took me months to get the process complete. I mean, here I was migrating about 3,300 issues from one database to another. So, it was a big task. And I got about 200 issues in when I realized that, what am I doing? I got to go back to Collector Pro. Why am I torturing myself? Just because I really like Pete Bigford. He's a hell of a guy. He's just one of the most honest, great people to deal with business-wise that you could ask for. And he's the guy who writes and programs Comic Base. And I'm not telling you don't get Comic Base. I'm telling you that for me, to manage my collection, I'm going back to Collector Pro. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why. And the main reason, and really the biggest reason here, is for the pick list. Yeah, I'll try to show some footage, or I'll show a screenshot or something here, and I'll overlay it or whatever. But basically, in a nutshell, the problem is with Comic Base, you can put in custom fields like store purchased, where you purchased the book, location or box ID, where is it at, which shelf is it on, or which bin is it in, which box is it in, so you can quickly and easily find your books. Problem is, with Comic Base, they don't have a drop-down pick list or any way to manage them. So when you put in, bought this book at Amazon, all right, Amazon, type that in, and the rating I gave this book 7 out of 10. I put a 7. I got to do that over and over and over again. Now you can use copy paste for these fields if you want, but I mean, you're doing a bunch of books, issues over and over and over. You got to keep typing Amazon.com, eBay, InStockTrades.com, CheapGraphicNovels.com. You got to keep putting those over and over and over again. That's crazy, and that is a deal breaker for me. So now you contrast that to CLZ or Collector Pro on the desktop. They have pick lists, and as you enter your item, your store, it'll pick it, it'll put it in there. And now it's accessible through a drop down. You just hit the drop down and you choose between the 5, 10, 20, however many stores that you've entered there. Same thing with ratings. I mean, there it's a 0 to 10 scale is built into the program. I didn't have to use a custom tool I didn't have to add a custom field for that. It's just there, which is nice. But you can add as many custom fields to either program as you want. So being able, and then there's even a way to edit that pick list, manage pick list screen. I'll show you a screenshot of that. Now, what you're seeing here is where if you've entered something wrong, you accidentally misspelled Amazon or typoed Amazon or whatever the store is, you can go in there and correct it. You can delete an entry, add another entry, take away entries you no longer use. You can just manage it anytime you want. It's built right into the program. That's powerful and that's helpful. And that's the kind of thing I want when I'm managing my collection. Now, what is Comic Base better at, perhaps? Mainly, it's better at being a historical tool that shows every issue of almost everything, including covers in most cases. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep both installed, but I'm going to put all my issues, my copies I have, are going to go in Collector, just because it's so much easier to use. It's faster to start up, and it's definitely faster to enter your books. So that's my choice for now. I just wanted to let you guys know that I have went back to that. I don't want to seem like a flip-flopper, but I flip-flopped again. So yeah, I'm keeping Comic Base around and installed, but year to year, unless something greatly improves on the UI end of Comic Base, I'm going to stick with Collector Z for now. And also, as I said in previous videos, the mobile app for Comic Base versus Collector versus CLZ, it's no contest. CLZ is like light years ahead of Comic Base. But, Comic Base has admitted that, that's not their main focus, so, But I suspect for a lot of people, the mobile app is going to be their focus. And in some cases, that's all you're going to use is the mobile app. And in that case, the choice is easy. It's CLZ. So neither company has sponsored me in any way, and neither have given me any free stuff. So this is just an unbiased opinion from an old guy that's been collecting for a long time. And that's one geek's opinion. So I hope you like taking a look at this again. And, there you go. Oh, before I go, almost forgot. One of my commenters had asked me if I had taken a look at Overstreet's offering that they have now. Overstreet Online, I think is what it's called. I'll put a screenshot of that here. I have not installed it, but I did look at the website. And I tell you, it's going to sound funny coming from someone that actually collects Overstreet price guides. I have a video on that if you want to see that. I'll put a link somewhere for that. I have a tour video of my Overstreet guides. But the thing is, this is going to sound funny coming from somebody that collects Overstreet guides, but I don't really care about what a book is worth. I mean, that's not really my thing. I'm a reader first, and I'm a collector because I read and because I just love them. You know, I'm not in this to make money. You know, I am not a scalper or a speculator in any way. That's not my thing. Not that I've never sold a comic, of course I have, but it's usually to obtain other comics, you know, or to upgrade some edition, you know. So yeah, that's not my thing, and I feel like the Overstreet Online, whatever the thing is called, I don't have any notes here, but I feel like that app and service to catalog your books is more aimed at that sort of speculator kind of thing, and that whole thing just sort of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Now, I collect the Overstreet guides, and I buy them every year. I buy the Heroes Edition to support the Heroes Initiative, which I think is one of the best charities around right now. Check out, link is in the description for Heroes Initiative in all my videos, so if you want to check that out, you can do that. But so I buy these books for two reasons: to support the Heroes Initiative, and also because I find them a nice reference tool, and in the beautiful presentation in their hardcovers. I like the artwork. I like looking at the ads in it. The thing is like, 30% ads or something, and it's a curiosity for me, but I don't really care about buying and selling comic books. It's just not really my thing. So I've kind of shied away from even really installing and trying the Overstreet online app. I did look at the website, and it looks like it would be more geared for that. So I have not tried that one. A long answer to a short question on that one. But if you have, put your opinions down below on that. That might help other people who are looking at these different options. And I won't keep you anymore. I'll keep you any longer here. I'll see you next time. Subscribe if you haven't. And thanks for watching.